Hello everyone, welcome to your chemistry class. Today I will be going to start a new chapter, that is periodic classification of elements. That is the fifth chapter, and you can say it is the last chapter also. So, as you know, the name is periodic classification of elements. It means to classify the elements. So, what is the need of classification of elements and what do you mean by elements? So, in class 9, you all have studied about elements, compounds, and mixtures. You all know very well about elements, that elements are the substance which cannot be broken down into smaller and simpler substances, or it is made up of only one single kind of atom. So that is about elements. Now at present 118 elements are known to us. In NCERT I know it has been mentioned 114, but it is actually 118 elements has been now known to us. And if you can see that there are 118 elements are there, so to study about each and every elements is quite difficult, because to go with the to learn the properties, the characteristics, and each and everything about each and every element, it is 118. So it is a quite difficult. That is why the need of classification of elements has been taken place. So the classification of similar elements into groups makes the study of elements easier. It means the elements which are having the similar properties, similar characteristics has been assigned in a group to make the study of each and every element easier. The earliest attempt which has been classified was to group the elements into two groups called metals and non-metals, which you all have studied in class 9th, done by the scientist named Lavoisier. But now we will go through because you all have seen the periodic table, I know very well. And if you have seen the periodic table, how it has been made, because now we are getting you can say, we know, oh, this is the periodic table, each and every element has been assigned a fixed position. How they have been assigned a position and how the journey of making a periodic table has been done. So it has been gone through a different scientist has been put forward their theory, you can say their table. So let us go one by one with each and every scientist. So the first one is about Dobereiner. He was, if you will consider, because that is also a law has been given by the scientist that is named as to on in the honor of the scientist Dobereiner's triads. We will go through what it is. So the scientist in the year 1817, Johann Wolfgang Dobereiner, he was a German chemist, tried to arrange the elements into groups. How he has arranged, he has identified, because in the year 1817 very few elements were discovered, as I have said 118, but at that time 118 elements were not discovered, very few elements were discovered. So he just take that, identified some groups having 3 elements each, and he just taking 3 elements and he has arranged them in a group. And because there are 3 elements, so he has called it triads. But yes, there is a logic what he has given, that how he is arranging the 3 elements together. Let us go through it. So the triads were written in the increasing order of their atomic masses. You all know about the atomic mass. So he has, considering the atomic mass, he has taken his consideration the atomic mass of each and every element. And what he said, because he has taken the 3 elements and he considered the atomic mass of the middle element was roughly the average of atomic mass of the other 2 elements. He said that whatever the 3 elements he has considered as a triad, the first and the third elements average, if you will consider about the atomic mass average, if you will consider, it will be equal, or roughly it will be equal to the average of the middle one. How it is? Let us consider the example I have taken, that is lithium, sodium and potassium. So there are 3 elements, lithium, sodium and potassium. If you will go through, the lithium is having 7 atomic mass and potassium is having 39. As I have said, the first and the last means the first and the third, if you will take the average. How you have taken the simple mathematics, you all know very well how to take the average. Just sum that and divide it by the total number, the number of observations. So if you will consider 7 plus 39, if you will take, it will be 46 divided by 2, which will be equals to 23. If you will see here, the sodium atomic mass is 23. So thus taking these properties in consideration, he has considered a triads. He has given a group that 3 elements which has been considered as triads. The average of first and the third elements, if you will consider in a group, it will be the average of first and third element will be roughly equals to the middle element. So that is how he has taken the 3 groups, and because of 3 it has been known as triad, and this law has been considered as Dobereiner's triads. So this was, it has been given, if you will consider. So if you will see, this has been given, I know in NCERT if you will go through, lithium atomic mass has been given 6.9, but for the convenient use I have taken the round off, that is 7. If you will go through 6.9 also, the answer will come the same only. So not only with lithium, sodium and potassium, he has given the more also. Like let us go with the next one. If you will see that he has given more like calcium, strontium, barium, chlorine, bromine and iodine. If you will see the arithmetic mean of calcium, strontium and barium. So because the first and third, so calcium is the first, barium is the third. So 40 plus 137 divided by 2, it is equals to 88.5. If you will go through, so it is just approximately equals to, as I have said in the law also, it is roughly the average. So it is equals to 87.6, that is strontium. Again the third triad, that is chlorine, bromine and iodine. So chlorine is having 35, iodine is having 127. When you will take the roughly average, it will be coming 81.5. So it is roughly average to the bromine. So he has given the 3 triads, but as I have said, because now you all will never see the periodic table of Dobereiner, because there was a limitation, there was a drawback in that, and the defect in this classification was that all the then known elements could not be correctly arranged into triads. Means the elements which was discovered at that time, all the elements was not be able to explain on the basis of this triads law. That is why this was the defect, and this theory is not came into existence, because only few elements were there. Then also that few elements were not able to adjust according to the Dobereiner triads. So this was the defect, and there was a need of another, you can say another table or another law. So I hope you all understood about Dobereiner triads. Till then, take care. We will go with the next law, next periodic table, how the scientists came with the next law. So till then, take care. Thank you.